What is going on YouTube? Today what we're doing is talking about the kind of lingering issues with the game that just aren't being addressed. I saw a few people dropping their thoughts on different videos and comments on Twitter, and now I'm on social media, so I'm getting a lot more of that feedback, and honestly I have to agree with most of it. So I'm going to kind of weigh in here with my thoughts on all of these issues and where the game is going. Stay tuned, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so as usual you have all of the details for the giveaway on your screen. Make sure that you are going back to the last video and getting your answers in for the giveaway. Basically I'll be asking you 2 questions throughout the video. Make sure that you comment down below the answers and that you're a subscriber. You must be a subscriber to enter the giveaway. With that being said, let's get into today's video. So I'm going to run this match here just to show you the state of the game right now, and the first thing I'll talk about is Broly. So I mean we've seen enough of Broly in the last couple weeks to know, yes, he's overpowered, yes, he's paid to win, all that fun stuff. Right now what I want to talk about rather is the effect that it's having on the game. Specifically for the non-whales, the people who literally at this point just have stopped caring. I think that a lot of the whales kind of still play. I mean, I personally I don't see any incentive to play competitively anymore, honestly. Last season, I mean, I just hit rank 50 and I stopped. It was the holidays. I mean, that kind of played into it as well. But even this season, I'm debating whether or not I'm actually going to grind this weekend or if I'm going to do something more entertaining for you guys. You know, this is the state that we're at right now with the game, where Broly comes out and essentially he is the must-have unit. I mean, look at this, right? That's all kinds of fair, right? Just throw the blast card out and you're like, no, strike card, go through it, and that's pretty much the end of them. Obviously this guy, not very good. You know, it's just some random footage I picked out. But you'll see what happens at the end of this match actually, and you'll understand why I'm showing this footage in particular. But basically Broly has set a standard for the rest of the game, essentially, where, I mean, any of the content that we've gotten so far, does anyone actually care about what was released last night? let's be real here. They re-released the yellow banner. Nobody cares. They released some new event, which has no story. I mean, you're just fighting random people. You know, I find that everything is kind of getting stale, and any new unit that they try to release, for example the future tag, I mean the hype's already died down. Yeah, they were cool, we like those characters, it's cool, we got them. I mean, people aren't actually going to use them competitively for the most part anyways. I mean, there is a way to make them work, but we're mostly waiting for later units. But that's basically where we're at right now, where if a unit is not better than Broly, essentially it becomes useless and obsolete. If you can't fit on a team with Broly, useless. And that's pretty much what this is feeling like right now. Since Broly was released, the first week, I mean, everyone was trying him out, everyone was trying to get him. People who didn't have him were salty, and it kind of ended there. So now the second thing that I want to mention is something that's going to be coming up in just a second, towards the end of this match, right? And I feel like it's gotten worse since Broly's release, because everything is kind of, oh, buff Broly and then he just one-shots you, right? So here I decided to troll this guy because he was clearly trolling the whole match, right? He didn't care. I could tell that he was about to do this right here. So I decided to hit him with the second Rising Rush there at the end, just to kind of force it out of him, so I can get this footage right here for you guys. So when you see people with high RP and they go ahead and they're using a random team, nothing very worthwhile, when you're fighting them, whatever, you can expect this, right? I think we've all seen it. So they're aware that winning matches unfairly by deliberate network disconnections, blah blah blah, all of this is known. I mean, does anybody actually believe that people are being kind of banned that harshly, right? I mean, if people were just getting insta-ban and stuff like that, people wouldn't be spamming disconnects, right? I would say that more than half of my games right now, I would dare say 3/4 plus of my games are people just disconnecting. Some of them just don't even bother playing the match. They literally just queue up, disconnect during the lobby, like where you're choosing your units. I mean, I don't find that is a healthy game, right? And it feels like a lot of the effort being put into the game right now has to do with releasing these units that are just breaking the game, right? We saw the Gogeta wave, the whole Broly, not Broly, but the Super Saiyan Bardock combo, right? We had an initial kind of combo there. Didn't think much of it at first, and then they go ahead and release Broly, which is a Super Saiyan, and all of a sudden Holy Trinity is everywhere, right? Combine that with the fact that he has a movie tag, you know, you wail out with that whole rework that they did, the PyCon and all these units. And next thing you know, you have a movie team with over 2,000 ability power. That's even stronger than the Holy Trinity. I mean, it's a little bit out of hand at this point, in my opinion. As far as the reasoning that kind of, you know, where it all started with the whole disconnecting, because Cheetos have been in the game, right? Cheetos have always been in the game. Broly is not the sole cause of this, right? I would say that the PvP itself is the issue right now, where the punishment, I mean, if you're not a whale, you don't really care about losing your account, right? Because you know that the next banner, it's gonna be, you know, overpowered compared to whatever you had anyways, unless you're talking about Broly in this case. So I mean, you're not really caring about losing your account. That's number one. Number two, you have the fact that the rewards are kind of garbage. I mean, let's be real. Getting your medals and stuff like that, kind of completely useless. There's no real reason to be competing in PvP, right? I mean, you get the bragging rights of people seeing your name, and then what, right? I mean, other than that, you know, what has, for example, Bebop, right, is known for getting rank 1, rank 2 every season. I don't know if he's been keeping up with that. Maybe you can let us know down in the comments if he's watching. But, you know, what has that actually brought to his account is what I mean, right? You know, to be consistently in the top is to just hoard out these medals and not really have anything worthwhile to do with them. So I think that the reward for PvP makes people just not care about having, you know, their RP rolled back. They don't care about having their accounts banned even, because I mean, you can just get on the next account, just DC your way up to the top, and if they don't catch you, well, then there you go, there's your new top rank, right? So it really doesn't matter. And then we have Rising Rush that comes into the picture. So above all else, with Rising Rush, that's going to be the main, I guess, point of discussion here that will get people divided, right? Because some people like the Rising Rush. Now, for those who don't like Rising Rush, chances are that you are used to dominating your opponents and then getting shafted by a missed Rising Rush while he gets his, or something or other, right? That's an issue for me, to the extent that I think right now the Rising Rush has gotten too important. So if you've heard my thoughts about Rising Rush in the past, I used to say things along the lines of, I mean, you can kind of do some guesswork to figure out what it is that they're going to be using. I mean, it's still RNG, but there's a way to kind of figure out what cards they have left based on what they used. You know, the approximate key they had with the cards they used and stuff like that. That's all great and fine, but that was during a time where you had 3 units that did moderate damage. You know, it wasn't a necessity to have Rising Rush. Now with champions like Broly and stuff like that, you basically have to Rising Rush him, or you basically lose. If he gets a Rising Rush on your Broly and you didn't get a Rising Rush on his Broly, that's game right there. It's all over. So when that becomes a thing and you have RNG deciding, that's where I start to have a problem with it. Now it's just, you know, plan for Broly, plan for Broly, plan for Broly. RNG with the Rising Rush, disconnectors. So there's some more RNG, right? Is this guy going to disconnect on me? Is he going to try and lag me out of the match? You know, some people actually take losses because they get lagged out of the match. That's how bad the cheating has gotten. So I mean, I don't want to go on for too long because this is kind of just a rant video at this point, and I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm gonna kind of let you guys kind of continue the discussion down below. The 2 questions will actually be discussion points at this point. Everyone can kind of chime in as they please. But question number 1 for the giveaway will be, number 1, what do you think about the unit direction at this point, right? Not specifically about Broly, but just how the units are being released, right? Obviously there's hype around Gogeta, we talked about it last video, but do you think that this is good design? I mean, for those of you who have played gacha games before this, right? Because I've never played gacha games until this game, actually. That's why I'm still kind of in that fighter way of thinking, shooter way of thinking, a lot of strategizing and stuff like that, which is why I picked up on this game very quickly. But now I'm kind of understanding the flow of gacha games as they kind of move forward. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the character design here. And the second question will have to do with Rising Rush. I know a lot of people like to talk about it. I've seen you guys in the comments on past videos. What do you guys think should be the way to fix Rising Rush, right? I mean, hopefully this kind of gets around and gets people talking. I mean, I'm kind of joining in myself because of other people creating videos talking about it, so I thought I would weigh in my thoughts on the issues as well. Kind of trying to get that community feel of everyone being on the same page, so that Bandai kind of goes, oh, all of this is a problem. Maybe we should do something about it, right? Again, make sure that you're subscribed. Drop your comments down below for the giveaway, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.